Okay, we're on. Hi there, welcome. I am going to do some makeup. I'm going to call it elder millennial makeup. Elder millennial makeup is probably for those who are in their late 30s, early 40s. We're out here, we go to work, maybe we stay home, who knows? The way that we do our makeup is a lot different than a lot of these younger folks that do their makeup. Like the TikToker generation. I mean, listen, I don't have TikTok on my phone. Not going to happen for me. But the way that we do our makeup is a little bit different now. And in the past, we could do it in a way where our fine lines weren't there. There are ways to do makeup that make you look professional and an adult and all of these things without it being over the top. And we have to walk that line, right? We're not 25 anymore. To the 25-year-olds, God bless. There's so many products out there, especially new stuff. It's super pretty and I love it. And I want to wear it. I just won't wear it to work. We're going to start, just get right into it. Here, wait, let me take these off. Obviously, can't do makeup with this. So here, people wear these. Okay, let's just... Okay, that's a no. I mean, to those that wear these, you're doing great. I'm not going to wear that. I am, however, going to do a tried and true hair tie. I don't know what the kids are calling it these days. Here we are. Okay. We're going to start with a lot of products that I just got. Here's the thing. I have some tried and trues. There are ones that are just as good. And because I'm still obviously looking for new makeup that looks good on my skin, I'm going to try some out. So to start, typically what I do is I wash my face. Obviously, I have to prep it. And this is what I use. I use the Tatcha, the rice wash. It's amazing. It has just like a light exfoliant in it. Nothing crazy, doesn't hurt. Doesn't feel like all of those weird beads, which I don't love. And it's so gentle. Awesome on the skin, especially on mature skin. Can we believe that we're saying that? No. I'm turning 40 in a few weeks. And so I'm just trying to get used to the words. Mature. We are so mature. So after I've pat dried the skin, obviously I've already done that. I put on the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. Love it. Made in Japan. Awesome. Little goes a long way. Super smooth, super hydrating. You let it sort of soak into the skin where you just feel you've got some sheen from it. And it's just a little bit tacky. Which goes into my next piece. I don't use primer.
Ew.
I wouldn't recommend, mostly because the layers of makeup, we don't need another layer. And if we have a prepped skin, then what's the point? Why? Now, I think prove me wrong, right? Do they matter? And I think for some age groups, they do. For our age group, I'm going to go with a no. I don't think it's necessary. I have combination skin, so I like foundations that are a little bit thinner, that lay nice, that are buildable, medium coverage. Here's what I typically use. I use the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. It is the best. I mean, shade 4.5. I have neutral skin with pink undertones, and I love it. Tried and true. It's just amazing. But so many people have said that the Haus Labs, shake well before use, is comparable. So Lady Gaga, we're going to give it a whirl. Why not? Okay, so we're shaking it up. I have shade 160, light neutral. This was the IQ match. And again, I love Sephora, but sometimes the IQ match isn't perfect. And that's okay, but this might be an indication of that. So here is the, okay. My cats are playing in the background. Sorry for the disruption. Okay, so what I typically do is I'll take a beauty blender sponge. My favorites are the Pro version with the flat surface, and then the Sephora OG that has this little dip in it. I love it. I love the grip. I love that I can like squidgy it up and just go. Okay, so here we go. We're going to squirt just a boop, boop. We're going to go with a couple. This might be a little bit dark for my skin, so we'll see. We'll see. We're just going to roll with it. Not bad. So I just want to blend it in. See how it looks on camera. So what I'll typically do is I'll start on the cheeks, go up to the forehead, kind of punch it into the under eye, up the middle, across. Just try to get every corner dragging it down. We need to drag down because in high school we didn't drag down, if you recall. Back then, in the late 90s, early 2000s, we had this beautiful like line here. Makeup has really come a long way, I have to say. And we've learned a lot. People have taught us so much over the years. I was taught how to do makeup in Ohio, where I grew up. My mom said to me, listen, I don't want you going to high school like a clown, so you're going to have to learn how to do makeup for real. This is pre-Sephora. And there was a makeup company locally who did some of these like intro to makeup things. I learned how to do very basic makeup there. And then from there on, my sister and I sort of experimented over time with products that we could afford at the time. And it sort of just kept going. Let's see. Oh, it's pretty nice. It matches pretty well. Okay, Sephora, you've did it. All right, on to the next. Airbrush Flawless Finish, Charlotte Tilbury. I like to set the foundation with this, avoiding everything but the under eye. Sorry, doing everything but the under eye, mostly because I'm going to do a concealer and I need to not have it have powder on it. Okay, just going to quickly drag down, boop, 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 a little on the nose, but not under the eye. Just to set, right? We're setting with powder. We just put on a cream. That's the best way to do it. Okay, this is amazing, beautiful, highly recommend. If you don't have it, certainly go ahead and do it if you use a foundation. On to bronzer, my favorite, and I used to use powder for the longest time. The Anastasia Contour Kit I used for a million years, which again, beautiful, amazing. If you love a powder contour, go for it. I now use the Rare Beauty Power Boost. Okay, looks like that. It's amazing. I don't know what she put in here, but my gosh. Okay, so I drag from right below the cheekbone. I just drag up, trying to make the illusion that I have indented cheeks, which I do not. I use it on my nose. You know, I was never a cream user, but now that I am, I have embraced it because it blends really easily, especially Selena's, like insane. Rare Beauty is amazing. I'm just going to bounce that in. And again, I'm using the bottom part of a beauty blender. I like the thick part. Easier to bounce, obviously. It's a must-have, must-use. If you don't have it, go get it. Just see how easy that blends? Like, what is happening? How is that? Okay, we're going to go in with concealer. This is Tried & True Shape Tape. I mean, what are we saying here? Light is the shade. It's the best, hands down. I don't know. I'm sure that there are other ones. I know that the Hourglass Vanish is a good one. I haven't tried it. I'm looking forward to trying it. It's sold out at Sephora. So, but again, why, if it ain't broke, you know? Okay, for those of my age group, right, who are not on TikTok, or maybe some people are, I don't know, but I don't have time for that, right? I have work, we have children. So I do a triangle. And the reason why I do that is because I'm not trying to put some up here where I have some crow's feet, light crow's feet. A lot of people nowadays are doing like a little dollop here and a dollop over there. That's a no for me. And the reason why it's a no is because I can take a little bit of what I've put down and drag it up without putting so much product on it that my crow's feet are saying hello. Like, I'm not trying to do that. I get Botox for a reason, and it's the opposite of showing my crow's feet. Okay, I didn't start until I was 30, so about 10 years ago. And I don't want them to stand out. Quite honestly, I want the opposite. So I am not going to put the concealer over there. I'm just gonna lightly drag it up so that these little ditties are barely showing, right? They're just sort of, they're there, but they're not there. Okay, so that's tapped in. Now, typically, I use, and I love this, the One Size Translucent. I love it. It brightens, it soaks up all the moisture. However, I just got this. The Givenchy I don't even know how to say this. Prisme? I don't know. Anyway, it's in Satin Blanc. We're gonna use it. I don't see why not. It's expensive. I believe just like all other translucents, these products last forever. I don't know when I bought this, but it was a very long time ago, and there was so much product left. Absolutely worth it. Okay, so I'm gonna put the powder on my damp beauty blender, my favorite one. Take the tip of the corner and just press it in and lift down and around. Now, if you noticed, I also took the concealer up and over my eye because, shocker, I don't believe in eye primer. I don't believe in eye primer because I don't understand the extra necessity when you have something there that it'll stick to. It doesn't make sense to me, right? Like, again, we're trying to limit the amount of time we're spending in the bed. Yes, and depends on the situation. But when I'm getting ready for work, we need to get it going. Boop, 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 all around the face. And all of these layers can show creasing, can show age, and if I don't need it, I'm not going to use it. There is no reason. Just because they make eye primer doesn't mean that you need to use eye primer. Oh, look at Simone. Oh, she's so cute in the back. It lays down nice. It's got great color. I think it's beautiful. So I will probably use this in addition to the One Size. Both are great, Both are not cheap, but both are great, and I think that they are worth your hard-earned dollars. Next, I'm gonna go on to blush, and then we'll do eyebrows. My eyebrows they've had a change in method. All right, on to blush. My tried and true forever had always been Nars Orgasm. Hilarious name, but Nars Hit Pan. This is the small ditty. I've loved it forever. I don't see why, again, ain't broke. However, Rare Beauty, again, Selena, everybody knows this. Her liquid blush, I think, has changed the game. It lasts forever already. The applicator has a little bit of an angle there. A little goes a very long way. So I do not recommend taking this thick part of the tip here and putting it on your face. Then you're gonna look like you're gonna have to blend your blush for a million hours. Do not recommend. Take the tippy part, that little angled triangle piece. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just put it on my upper. I do quick little trio. Make sure I get a little more product, but not too much. On the other side, an upper trio, just boop, right there. And then I take a brush and I blend it out. You can also use your fingers. Depends on the day. Sometimes I don't mind getting makeup all over my hands, and then sometimes I really don't want to wash them every 5 seconds, so that I'm not getting different products in different places. Today's a day where I'm going to use a brush. This brush is the Sephora blush brush. So thank goodness we're using the right brush because sometimes I just grab a brush and use it for whatever purpose I need. Okay, so what I love about this is that it has a great blend, great color, but it's not overdone if you don't put so much on. I don't use liquid on my nose, but I do put blush on my nose, and that's why I keep the Nars out. I love my next brush. I've been using this for a million years. This is MAC 107, the best. We dip. What I love about it is that it obviously, when clean, has these white tips, and then when it has product on it, it's like this light pink. And what I'll do is, because I didn't put the dots down here, because I am not trying to like overdo it on the face, and I'm not a professional makeup artist. So if I accidentally do it, I'm not trying to blend here for a million years. So why not take what I already know? And so I'll take a little bit of the Nars and I'll just lightly put it on there, because it goes on lightly and I don't have to worry about overdoing. I know that there's like a trend, maybe I don't know, of blush going like super intense on the face. Looks cute on some, not on me. So, okay, we're gonna add a little blush to the bottom part of our nose. We already did a little bit of contour, which I'm going to dramatize. All right, blush is done. Now, I've used setting spray like throughout the process, like not just the end. Maybe it's my skin, maybe it just makes me feel like it's going to lay more and longer, but I love it. So again, the tried and true Urban Decay All-Nighter. There are so many different ones that you can buy. I started using this a million years ago, and I'm not gonna stop. All right, so we're just gonna spray. Isn't that nice? Oh, it's so nice. All right, let it dry. Little fan sitch. And you can see my cats playing. All right, we're gonna go into brow. I just got my brows laminated and tinted for the first time. I had seen laminated be like this sort of like crazy lift of hair, which wasn't going to be for me. I have naturally thick brows, and so I wasn't trying to make them like a chia pet. That wasn't what I was trying to do, but I did want them to stay down so I didn't have to like overly stick them down with like a brow gel, which I do have, but it's nice that like they don't technically move that much anymore. I do like to color them in just a little bit, only in the front now that they're tinted, but it's way less work and takes way less time, and I love that. So what I'm going to use is the Rare Beauty. It's the Brow Harmony Precision Pencil in Warm Brown. I used to use the Anastasia. Her tip was like round. This tip is slanted. I don't know that you can see that. Okay, but it's a slanted tip, and it lets the product go on in a way that is just much lighter. With the Anastasia, it went on like a little thicker. Maybe I have a thick hand, but I like the angle. So what I'll do is, because I'm already a little bit laminated, actually let me brush them just a smidge. I'm just gonna brush them over and then down, and then brush up, over, down. Okay, now in the areas that I just have a little bit of pocket, like our brows don't draw in, or I'm sorry, fill in with hair perfectly, or at least mine don't. Some people are incredibly blessed with that. I just sort of like lightly try to fill in those areas. Now with this, I have just done the thicker part, not the thinner part. The thinner part, I use a different product. Same thing on the other side. So we're just going to define the line up top a little, fill in the gaps that we see ever so slightly, avoiding the front. Brilliant. Now the next, I love this. Perfectionist Brow Pen Ultra Fine by Melt. I love it. What's awesome about it is that you can like, if you have a steady hand, now I don't know that this is for everyone, right? They have the zoomies. If you don't have a steady hand, I don't recommend. I would probably recommend just using a pencil, smudging it, and then brushing it up so that you have the same effect. If you have a steady hand, you can just lightly draw in fake hairs almost. And the inner part is lighter for almost everybody. And it allows you to sort of fill it in a natural way with having it not look like there's like just powder in there. And that's what I love about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw just a couple hairs to fill it out, because I do have a little bit of some gaps in there. Okay. Again, steady hand. Now I'm just gonna brush one more time, lift over, down. That is brows. Okay, now let's move on to the eyes. Just opened a new one. So we're gonna go into Makeup by Mario Master Mattes. I'm gonna go to the lightest color, which is matte 4. Take a clean-ish brush. What is this? This is Morphe M433. Okay, we're just gonna tap, little dust off, and just create a light base. Okay, so that's our base. Now we're gonna go in with like a warmer shade. I'm gonna go into this third one at the top here, matte 2. I like it for being on the lid, building up to the crease, making it warm, but not too warm. Because on the work day, I'm not trying to have intense eyes. The reality is, people judge us, and I would rather be known for my work and not my eyeshadow. I'm going to go into the next shade over, matte 1, and then put that in the crease. Little dab. What brush is this? Morphe M441. I have a mix of Morphe brushes, so we're just dabbing here on the corner. I typically make like a little triangle-esque in the corner there, and then I bring it down, and then I brush it inward like so, and then sometimes I'll flick it up. I like the way that it blends. I like the way that it helps the cat eye a little bit later. We all need all the help we can get on our cat eyes. Am I right? These are beautiful and they blend really, really nice. Now this is just a simple color. I'm not gonna overexplore it right now. However, I'm excited to use some of these other colors. Now we're gonna go into Napping Cheese. I've used this once and I loved it. Okay, so I'm gonna build up the corner just a little bit. There is a, what is this? That one over here is called Kneading Cats. That's hilarious. My cats only knead on their blankets next to me. I don't know about anybody else, but they have these blankets that they've had since they were kittens that remind them either of their mom kitten or just being a baby, and that is where they knead. It's adorable. Also, I open my mouth when I do my makeup. It's uncontrollable. I apologize if you're not trying to see my mouth open, but there's just not much I can do about it unless I'm chit-chatting. Okay, so same technique. We tap in the corner and we make it like a little bit of a triangle. We drag it over. I'm like an archy, circle-y kind of blender. I am not a professional makeup artist. I just want to make that clear. I just love makeup. Okay, so next up, there's this cute little beige color called Chattering Sand. That is, you can't probably tell, but this one right here, it's like a light beige and it has like just a little bit of sparkle, teeny tiny little bit of sparkle. And what I love about it is that it helps fill in that center in a nice, clean way. Really beautiful. Like, how impressive, Amazon. Napping Cheese. So that just sort of like fills in all the different areas, blends it together. Then I love an upper crease that is a pinky peach. And the one that I'm going to use is this one right here. And that is called Mute Toy. I mean, I don't have, well, there's some toys that are mute for the cats. So what I'll do is I'll take a blending brush that has like a tighter tip. This is the Morphe M518. And I will just do an archy, brushy situation here and get that upper crease just ever so slightly. I think that it brings up the eye and it makes it just look nice. Okay, next, we're gonna do shimmers. I love shimmers. The shimmer that's next to the peachy one, I'm gonna do first. What is that one? purring me. I'm just gonna lightly tap, and a little more, can never go wrong. And then I'm going to put that in the center there. Just a little bit to the outside, but mostly in the center. It's muted and it's really pretty without it being over the top, which is really what we're going for. That's what I'm going for every day. That's what I'm going for at the office or on a Zoom call if I have to wear makeup. I think a lot of times I don't, which is also fine. Again, we are judged a lot. We don't have to wear makeup if we don't want to. Totally up to you. All right, next, this other cute little shimmer right here. Cheese bread. Okay. All right, we're gonna go in with another flat brush. This is the concealer brush from Sephora. I don't use concealer with a brush, so we're gonna use it with a shimmer. So a little bit more on the inner, but not all the way inner. Trying to just blend the two shimmers because they have different fineness, right? Like the first one is a little bit thicker. This one is a little more fine. It has a gold hue to it. So I'm gonna take that there. Okay, so just to blend these shimmers here, I'm just going to lightly blend them over to the outer so that they don't look so different. And then the last one, I think, is the piece de resistance. Cozy Muffins, my favorite color. This one. It's beautiful, it's bright, it's amazing, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna take this brush, the Morphe R42. This is one of my favorite brushes, by the way. I believe that it is versatile. Okay, so we're going into the inner corner and the upper part of the arch lid and bringing it across like so. I know that everyone's eye shape is different. You should decide where you want to put your brightener on your eye. I like to bring it across and over and in. I think that it really focuses on the shape of my eye. And this brush, because it's my favorite, it really helps like blend it over. And I just love it. Okay. I'm just gonna, a little triangle ditty there. Lots of triangles. Okay, then I'm gonna bring it down. Like that. And on the other side. And so you'll see that brightness, it sort of extends around. I just love that look. It opens up my eye and it's gentle. It's not intense, which I really like. Okay, do it on both sides. It's a little hard to do in the camera, but not impossible. Okay, so it's there. Next, we're gonna do some under eye shadow, just a little bit. We've got to bring it all together. So I'm gonna take, this one has a little cheese thing on it. It's called Kitten Punch. No, wait, Kitten Punch? Yeah, Kitten Punch. The brush just fell out. It has a cheese symbol on it. Very on message there. And I'm just gonna drag it from the outer into the inner. And that's one color. I am gonna do another color. I don't think you have to put the exact same colors under the eye that you put on top. I think a lot of people are like that too. As long as they're close or in the same color family, or maybe even not. Like, totally up to you. For a neutral look, same color family, I believe is fine. It is time for another spray. Because we spray in between, everybody. We spray in between. It's also very refreshing. Like, it smells good. Like, why not? Okay, fan or dry. So the next part is fun. This is the eyeliner part. I think for some, I understand that it can be like super difficult. I have a method that I will show you that has proved to be quite easy. I use the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. It's waterproof. This is Mad Max Brown. I also love the black, but again, every day we're going brown. Black, for my skin tone, punches real hard. It's almost like when I wear a lash that's black. Makes the eyes huge, punches real hard. we're going to work, right? We don't need to punch people in the face with our eyelashes. So here we go. Here's the method. I'm gonna pull a little bit taut, just a little bit, so that I feel like I'm not drawing on a crease. Like that is my ideal. And what I'll typically do is I'll look at the angle of where my pulling is, because I do want that cat eye effect, right? That lifts. So I'm pulling, I'm looking at the shift, and I am holding the pencil on an angle, on the angle that I already have on my eye, right? The same angle. And I'm gonna draw just one line. Okay, now at the top, I try to avoid having a thick top, because when you have a thick top, it goes on forever and then you have the longest cat eye on the planet. So what I'll do is I'll lightly tap on that line so that the top is thin, but the lower part is a little bit thicker. So now I'm gonna make another triangle. So I'm gonna drag, so I'm lifting it up. Drag over. Again, like another triangle. I think that is the shape of the day. Triangle. Lots of triangles. And we're just gonna fill it in. I don't know about you, but I have chronic dry eye. So I need a liner that isn't gonna budge, which is why the tattoo, which is quite like a tattoo, is perfect, because even if my eyes do a little bit of a water, it literally stays, like it's not going anywhere. All right, so that's the corner. And then you're just going to slightly, slowly bring it over. Just being kind to your lashes, being kind to your eye. Going slow, because what we don't need is to make a mistake and then take 25 minutes to fix it. Because we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. All right, so I don't put it all the way down here because I have dry eye, as mentioned, and I don't want black stuff all up in here. Not for me, or I guess dark brown stuff. So I'm gonna go on and do the other eye. Shake it up. Try to mimic the same angle. We're not perfect. It's possible that the angle will be slightly off. As a perfectionist, that is difficult for me, but I don't have time. So we're learning not to sweat the small stuff. Next, I've used an eyeliner under my eye that is a color forever. I have brown eyes, and see, this eye is watering. And you know what's not going anywhere? Liner. Thank you, Kat Von D. I have brown eyes, and I've always wanted blue eyes. I'm never gonna get them. And so a pop of color for me, which is like a bluish tone or a teal, I really love. I've also done the whites. White looks good too, opens the eye. Sometimes can make you look like a brat doll. I think that is personal preference. But the Urban Decay Glide On Eye Pencil, the white is colored Yayo. Maybe it's Yayo. I don't know. And then this one is called Deep End. We're going to use Deep End. It's my tried and true. I love it. I did just recently purchase some gel liners that are duochrome. And I'm excited to try them. There's some ColourPop options. There's some other options from other brands. I think She Glam has some too, which will be fun to try. Okay, so I'm gonna lightly pull, but not too much, on the soft part of my hand, not my nail, because I don't want to indent on my skin. Now, if I was going out with this, I would probably take like a teal shadow or a teal glitter and also just sort of like line the eye underneath for an extra pop. But we're going to work, so we're not going to put a ton of glitter on our face. We're just not going to do it. Okay. It's on. The color is there. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Maybe you can. But I love the color. I think it's like surprising for some people. It's surprising to have like a colored eyeliner on. at least in our age group. And it looks nice and it's subtle. All right, next are eyelashes. My eyelashes are lifted and tinted. So typically I would curl them if I didn't have a lift and tint, right? We know her. Get way up in there, you crunch, then you stop, and then you pull it back out a little bit, and then you crunch the top just so that it extra lifts. I'm not currently doing that because I don't want to. So we're going to use my favorite mascara of all time, drugstore, the best, L'Oreal Telescopic. I'm a no bristle queen. I think that there are some bristles that are okay, some brushes that are in between super thick and super thin. This is a precision wand. So if you, again, you have a steady hand and you want to get up in there and lift, this is your girl. I love it. And I've been using it since I was, I think, 16. I don't even know. A very long time. So I dipped in and I'm just going to take it to the under part of the lash and just squidgy it up. I say that a lot, but it's just kind of like a little bit of a back and forth jiggle. Get some darkness right up in there. And then I wipe the top and then I wipe the bottom and I bring it all the way up. Some people find this to be clumping. On telescopic, it is not. And it will never be. Telescopic is the greatest of all time. Like, they are the Tom Brady of mascaras. They are the Simone Biles of mascaras, right? They are the Taylor Swifts, love you, of mascaras. Like, there is nothing better. Like, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I've been doing makeup since I was 15. I've tried all kinds of stuff. If you have another one that's bristle-free that you love, tell me. But I don't know that I'll ever walk away from telescopic. Lashes are done. One thing that I noticed that I needed to do that I didn't is some more contour on the nose. So I'm going to do that really quick. I have had this palette. I got it in a FabFitFun box. Now, typically I would do this probably after my blush, probably, but it's fine. Like, if we skip a step, again, we are not professionals. We skipped a step, we're going to go back. So this Tarte Pro Glow I have had for a million years. So I'm going to tap into what this color is called Sculpt on the right side here. I've hit pan on that. And I'm just going to go over where I put that really pretty cream. I drag it into this part of my nose. I have like this weird round bit that I really like to draw attention away from. Maybe one day I will get a thinner, cuter nose. But in the meantime, we're just going to do this. And then I'll blend with a cleaner brush. Okay. Then I love this top color. It's called Strobe. I think you can see because I've hit the pan quite intensely on that guy. I don't even know if they make this anymore. So I'll take this brush, M705. Here, I'm gonna do it over here. Just drag a line all the way down. Use my finger to blend it so we get that definition on the nose where that's where the light draws up to. And then can't forget Miss Cupid. Can't forget her. She's right there. So now that I am contoured on the nose, thank gosh, we're going to move on to lips. So I need to spray my face one more time, but my mascara is drying. I have found that if I spray too close to having the mascara on, it gets wet again, and then I get these black dots that I have to fix, and I'm not into that. Let's just sort of see where we are. Okay. We can spray. Let's do that. Every time. It's the best. Onto the lips. What I'm using right now is the Rare Beauty. It's her Kind Words Matte Lip Liner in the color Worthy. It's a beautiful color. I also love the component because it twists up and you don't have to worry about a pencil. Pencils aren't bad, right? We have sharpeners. It's fine. This is beautiful and it's really, really well done. I'm going to line the lips just a little, not a lot. I don't overline. I tried lip injections once. I wanted my upper lip to match my lower lip. Like, my lower lip is there and it's just prominent. My upper lip has good shape, but it didn't have like the effect. And I wanted it. And so I did a little and I've never done it since. And I'll tell you why. As someone who gets Botox, and Botox doesn't hurt. Teeny tiny little needles that you barely feel. And they go in for like half a second and then they're out of your face. The lip injections are different. Okay, again, the Worthy Matte Lip. I'm going to do that as well. Put over. Lip injections hurt like an MFer. They hurt so much. And I'm over here seeing all these people on the internet, celebrities, what have you, other people that are not celebrities, and they have so much lip filler. And I'm sitting here like, I have a high pain tolerance. What did you do? Did you pass out? Did you get general anesthesia? The needle is thicker, and then they push it up, and then they pull it down, and then they move it in there. And I thought I was going to die. My lip looked great, but not great enough that I needed to just like torture myself for 10 minutes. It's a no for me. But I also really love to add a little bit of color. This is the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte in Muse. I like this color. So I'm not going to put this all the way up to the liner. Just going to add a little bit of pink. And then the best part, I just found this. Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump Tarte. This is the Rose Copper Shimmer Glass. I love this stuff. I don't like lip glosses. I like to be able to kiss my person and not have the lipstick come off. But this is so pretty that sometimes I have to wear it and I'm like, sorry, Tyler, you have to wait. Okay, so we're just going to plump her up. I love that too. And then just glide it on, and it adds this pretty little sheen, but not a glossy sheen. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, that is our makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my hair down, put my glasses back on. This is our makeup look. Easy and perfect for work. Thanks for watching. If you are watching, if you didn't make it this far, you're not here, and that's fine. But yeah, see you soon. All right, thumbnail.